Hey, it's Norm from Tested.com. I'm here at Comic-Con 2013, right before the doors open, and I'm really lucky to talk here with Brant Bridges of Sideshow Collectibles. You're going to give us a brief tour of the booth and show us what collectibles you guys have here, right?
Yeah, that's right, Norm. We've had a great time, and getting ready for Comic-Con every year is the best, because when it's all, the gloves come off and we just go nuts getting everything ready to show the world what we've been working on for the past ages and ages and ages.
And it is really beautiful work. I'm a collector myself, as some of you might know, and I love this 1/6 scale figures. So let's start talking about it, because you guys do all different kinds of scales. 1/6 means it's basically 12 inches, and you guys work with Hot Toys over in Asia to distribute in the US. So what have you guys have to show this year from Hot Toys?
Well, we have quite a bit from Hot Toys. They've been going nuts. And Sideshow and Hot Toys are the two preeminent forces in 6 scale. And that, besides being 12-inch figures, it means they're actually movable too. And so you get the best of the detail, size, and posability, so that you have that opportunity to play with a really big, great toy, but still have all the realism that you recognize from the films or the comics. And Hot Toys really focuses on the films.
They did a Robocop a couple years ago, and one of the big things I think this year is their new Robocop figure. And so you have this 1/6 scale Robocop, you have the chair even, and you have an ED-209. How has the response been to this figure?
Well, fantastic. I think everybody loves Robocop. Howard Chan, the head of Hot Toys, seems to have a very personal love of Robocop. And the translation, going this deep with ED-209 and the Diecast Robocop, it's just a really neat kind of line. You can feel the passion in it from Howard and his team.
You mentioned Diecast, and that's something new that Hot Toys has started just last year. The figures beforehand were plastic, and now they're metal, right?
Yeah. They're adding, Hot Toys is a master of all sorts of different mediums and elements, and the die-cast really completes that picture, so that when it's a metal character, you get that enhanced sense of weight and feel, and there's just that, it's cold to the touch and heavy, which makes it that much more real, right, as you're playing, holding, posing, whatever you're doing with it.
So we go from 1/6, and if you want to get something a little more lifelike, a little more detail, what's the next step?
We'll come up to quarter scale and premium format.
All right, let's go. Before we jump to the 1/4 scale, there's one figure here in 1/6 scale that really caught my eye. StarCraft II's Raynor. How did you get this license? You guys did this all in-house, right?
Really, yeah. We've been working with Blizzard for years. We love those guys. They love us. And we've been challenging each other for a while, saying, someone really needs to do a good 6-scale StarCraft Marine. And we said, we're up to it. We're up to the challenge. We're going to take it on. Ultimately, there are 525 pieces to Jim Raynor. The figure has pistons that move, hoses, the whole bit. He's articulated, lights in all of the right places there in the chest and inside the helmet, and in the vents on the back and in the gun. These canisters on the front, you push them in, they pop out, and there's a glow effect. This figure is just absolutely nuts.
And even though it's 1/6, because he has the armor and because everything is kind of oversized in StarCraft, it almost even looks like a 1/4 figure.
It's true, he's got that size, and you see him by comparison with Catwoman and Batman here. He is a big boy.
So Brant, here we are in front of a premium format figure, and that's 1/4 scale, which allows artists to just design more details and add more details to the figure. What's the design process and build process for this?
It's fun, and we usually spend about 18 months in the cycle of from concept and illustration to final prototype. We'll start doing digital models more often now than going straight into hand sculpture. So we'll kind of check the pose through a digital model, and we'll output on a little machine like a MakerBot or something in a smaller scale, just kind of check and see that we like it, everything's working out and jiving. That's where we do a lot of kind of tweaking and adjustment to make sure everything is really fluid. And our creative director's vision for pieces is usually that they have a really great 360 kind of dimension, so it's not one plane. You put it here and its back is against the wall, and that's the only way to look at it. He really wants it to be something that you can enjoy no matter what your favorite angle is, and see it from each one of those. So after we've done that, check the math on the smaller, and then we'll output to a larger size. But that's where handwork comes in. Usually as it gets more refined, say for a portrait, it ends up in a wax, and just the hyper detail of pores and textures to get all that skin and anatomy in right it's a wonder to watch unfold.
Can you talk a little about the paint and the paint process?
Yeah, so our creative director is a painter by trade, and Anthony Mestez, who leads our paint team in-house, really coordinate some of the best painters. And these guys, when they're working for Sideshow, are having a great time. In between, they're off on movies doing stuff for, you know, Pacific Rim, and these are like world-class talents. So they have a good time layering it in, and when they've done their job, then the cut and sew guys come in and start doing the costume replication, because a signature part of our quarter scale line is they often involve real fabrics to help bring those costumes to life in the quarter scale miniature.
It's beautiful, a centerpiece for any collector's living room. But even 1/4, that's not big enough. You guys even go bigger. What's bigger than 1/4 scale?
Well, let's hop up to half scale, our legendary scale figures.
Legendary scale, all right. One step up from 1/4 scale is legendary scale, and you guys don't do too many of these. This one's new this year. What can you tell me about this Iron Man figure?
This is Iron Man Mark 7 from Avengers, and this is a piece we created in collaboration with Legacy Effects, who did all the suits and principal effects and digital modeling for Iron Man. So his Mark 7 look is awesome because you have some optional additional armor pieces here in the carapace and, you know, thigh armor, plus the light effects in the chest, eyes, hands, and feet.
In Avengers, the extra artillery pops off at the end of the battle, and so that comes off in the figure as well.
Yeah, so you want him like ready to do battle with Loki, or he's going full Chitauri offense. Yeah, he's ready to go.
And that's something that's characteristic of other of the legendary scale figures as well.
Yeah.
There's some options for display. For example, this Doom right here.
Yeah, Doom's a great guy, and he's had so many different interpretations. We've had a chance to kind of elaborate a bit, adding some of the filigree and detail in the sculpture here. And we really wanted to give fans a choice in masks. So Doom is going to feature a couple different masks that you can switch out. And underneath that mask is this really great Victor Von Doom portrait, which there's just a lot of presence in this piece, and that nasty scarred visage into there is a nice addition to it.
Yeah, these figures are so expressive, and they really capture the essence of their characters. That's what you guys do really well. That's what Hot Toys does really well, and it's why Sideshow is known for high-quality products. Thank you so much, Brent. And if people want to get a 1-to-1 scale, they can get a life-size Iron Man or Terminator endoskeleton in their house from Sideshow Collectibles. Where can people find out more about your figures?
SideshowCollectibles.com. It's the place to be. We're the one-stop shop no matter what your favorite is. DC, Marvel, Star Wars, or anything else. We've got it for you.
And also check the forums, because you guys have crazy fans who are amazing and take great photos as well. Thank you again, Brent. I'm here at Comic-Con 2013. Find more of our coverage from Comic-Con on Tested.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you next time. Bye.
There is no running in the exhibit hall. Please walk to your destination.